Hello there. Tonight we are going to take a slow and gentle journey across the universe. A journey not of chaos or noise but of calm, where every star, every galaxy, and every quiet truth brings us closer to peace. Before we begin, if you enjoy these soothing explorations, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more calming stories and ensures you'll never miss the next cosmic journey. Now let us begin. The most relaxing facts about the universe. The universe is vast, mysterious, and endlessly calming when we let ourselves drift into its embrace. It stretches beyond imagination, yet it is never hurried, never loud. Stars burn steadily for billions of years, galaxies turn with patience, and light itself travels calmly across cosmic distances. To listen to the universe is to listen to the deepest silence, a silence filled with beauty and truth. Let us begin our journey into relaxing facts about the universe, exploring its wonders as if they were soft stories told to us beneath the night sky. We start with something close and familiar, the stars above us. Each night when we look upward, we see only a fraction of what fills the sky. To the naked eye, there are about 6,000 stars visible across the entire Earth, though no single person can see them all from one spot. Yet our galaxy alone, the Milky Way, contains more than 100 billion stars. And beyond it, scientists estimate there may be over 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. To think of such numbers is to feel small but not insignificant, for being part of something so immense is its own form of comfort. One relaxing fact about stars is their patience. The light of many stars we see tonight began its journey thousands of years ago, some even millions. By the time it reaches us, entire civilizations may have risen and fallen on Earth. Yet the light continues on, steady, silent, unbroken. It means that when we look at the stars, we are not only seeing the present, we are looking back into history, watching the universe as it once was. There is something deeply calming in that, as though the stars are telling us, there is no rush. Time is vast. You are part of something that endures. Moving outward, let us consider galaxies. A galaxy is not just a collection of stars but a graceful city of light, turning slowly in the darkness. The Milky Way itself is shaped like a spiral, arms stretching outward like soft brushstrokes. It takes about 225 million years for our galaxy to make a single rotation. That means when the dinosaurs roamed Earth, our planet was in a completely different place along the galaxy's curve. Galaxies remind us of the beauty of slowness. Their patience is measured not in days or years but in ages, and yet they never falter, never lose rhythm. Between the stars lies another soothing truth. Space is not truly empty. It is filled with a delicate sea of particles, dust, and faint radiation. Some of this radiation is a relic of the universe's very beginning, known as the cosmic microwave background. This faint glow of light has been traveling since about 380,000 years after the Big Bang, nearly 14 billion years ago. To imagine such persistence is calming, a quiet signal from the universe's infancy, still whispering across time, steady and unchanged. Now let us drift to the subject of time itself. The universe is old, unimaginably so. Current science tells us it is about 13.8 billion years old. Yet when we compare that to the stars that will still exist in the future, this is just the beginning. Some stars, especially small red dwarfs, may live for trillions of years. That means the universe's story has barely begun. When we lie beneath the stars, we are not just looking at an ancient sky. We are also looking at a future that will stretch on beyond anything we can conceive. The thought is both humbling and soothing. Time is abundant, and we are part of its earliest chapters. Another gentle wonder is the rhythm of orbits. Planets turn around stars, stars move around galaxies, and galaxies drift through clusters, all guided by the invisible hand of gravity. Nothing hurries, nothing skips. The Earth circles the Sun once every 365 days, steady as a heartbeat, bringing us seasons, growth, and renewal. The Moon circles Earth, pulling the tides in and out, shaping the rhythm of life along the shores. These orbits are silent, constant companions. They remind us that peace can be found in cycles, in the comfort of returning patterns. Let us pause with the moon itself. It is Earth's oldest companion, a silent guardian in the sky. Scientists believe it formed about 4.5 billion years ago, when a Mars-sized object collided with Earth, sending debris into orbit that slowly gathered into the moon. Since then it has circled us without fail. The same side always faces us, the far side hidden, a secret it has kept for billions of years. The moon controls the tides, lights our nights, and inspires myths and dreams. Its presence is steady, its beauty gentle, its silence profound. To gaze at the moon is to feel calm carried across ages. And as we look further, we see planets orbiting other stars, exoplanets. Astronomers have discovered thousands of them, some rocky like Earth, some giant like Jupiter, some orbiting in just the right place for liquid water to exist. These discoveries remind us that the universe is not empty of worlds. It is filled with possibilities, each one perhaps carrying its own version of calm landscapes, skies, and seas. The thought that peace might exist on distant planets, waiting silently, is a wonder in itself. Finally, let us end this first step of our journey with a reflection on light. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second, faster than anything we know, yet even at this speed it takes over 8 minutes to reach us from the Sun. From the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, it takes over 4 years. From distant galaxies, it takes billions. Light is patient. It never slows, never rests, but it moves steadily forward, crossing the void without fear. When we look at the stars, we are bathed in light that has been traveling to us for ages. It is the universe's way of reaching out, gently, across the dark. As we drift further into the universe's embrace, its calm truths open slowly, like petals of a flower blooming in silence. What we touched in stars, galaxies, and the flow of light is only the beginning. The cosmos is not a place of chaos alone. It is a place where order, rhythm, and patience prevail. Each detail, when looked at gently, becomes another reminder of how peace can be found on scales far beyond our own lives. Let us begin this chapter with nebulae, the great clouds of gas and dust spread across the galaxy. To the eye, they appear as glowing shapes of red, blue, and gold, often photographed by telescopes like Hubble and James Webb. These nebulae are stellar nurseries, places where stars are born. Within them, gas collapses slowly under gravity until a new sun ignites. The process takes millions of years, unfolding with patience and grace. To look at a nebula is to see both beginnings and beauty, vast clouds cradling new life with infinite calm. They remind us that creation does not need to be hurried. Even stars take their time to arrive. From stellar birth, let us turn to stellar death, which is also beautiful in its own way. When some stars grow old, they shed their outer layers into glowing shells called planetary nebulae. These structures, despite the name, have nothing to do with planets. Instead, they are shining halos around fading stars. The colors come from different gases, glowing in the star's final light. It is as if the universe paints a farewell portrait before the star dims. Far from sorrowful, these sights are calm, gentle reminders that endings can also be luminous, graceful transitions rather than abrupt silences. Another soothing wonder lies in the rings of Saturn. This giant planet, the jewel of our solar system, is surrounded by rings made of countless ice and rock particles, each one orbiting with quiet precision. From afar they look like solid bands, but up close they are delicate and intricate like threads of glass spread across space. The rings stretch wide yet are thin, less than a kilometer in thickness in most places. To imagine such beauty, icy dust and rock circling endlessly in silence, is to see elegance on a cosmic scale. Saturn's rings remind us that peace can also be found in repetition, in patterns that continue unbroken. Now let us pause with comets, icy travelers from the outer reaches of our solar system. They spend most of their lives far from the sun, frozen and silent, until occasionally they drift inward. As they approach warmth, Their ice begins to glow, forming tails that stretch across the sky. These journeys can last thousands of years, patient paths through darkness. To watch a comet is to witness a visitor from the deep, carrying the calm of ages past. They remind us that movement does not need to be constant. Long pauses and long journeys can both be part of harmony. From comets, let us move outward into the quiet of interstellar space, the vast regions between stars. Here, distances are so great that light itself takes years, centuries, even millennia to cross them. And yet, despite the emptiness, there is still presence. Faint clouds of gas, drifting dust, even lonely planets that have been cast away from their suns. Scientists call these rogue planets, worlds that wander without a star. They move endlessly, wrapped in their own silence, perhaps carrying atmospheres, perhaps oceans beneath ice, perhaps life. Their solitude is immense, yet not sad. They remind us that peace can also be found in wandering, in journeys without destination. Another gentle marvel is the way the universe hums faintly with background energy. The cosmic microwave background, that ancient light from the universe's beginning, fills every direction of the sky. Though invisible to our eyes, it can be measured as a faint glow of heat, only a few degrees above absolute zero. This quiet background is everywhere, constant, steady. It is as if the universe itself carries a memory of its first moments, a soft reminder of where everything began. That persistence, lasting nearly 14 billion years, is itself a calming fact. The cosmos has kept its first light alive, still drifting across eternity. Now let us turn to the dance of binary stars. Many suns do not shine alone but in pairs, orbiting each other in elegant patterns. Some drift widely apart, others circle so closely that they share material. Their orbits may take days or centuries, but they never lose rhythm. To imagine two suns rising and setting together, casting twin shadows across alien worlds, is to picture a beauty both strange and soothing. Binary stars remind us that companionship exists even on cosmic scales, and that peace can be found in shared orbits, lives entwined in steady balance. Consider also the calm of black holes. Though their name often inspires fear, black holes are not chaotic monsters but natural results of massive stars collapsing. They are silent, invisible, and profoundly still. Around them, space curves inward, and matter that strays too close is drawn in, adding to their mass. From a distance, however, they are perfectly calm, shaping the galaxy without drama. Entire stars orbit safely around the giant black hole at the center of our Milky Way. Just as Earth orbits the Sun, black holes remind us that not everything unknown must be frightening. Mystery itself can be quiet, deep, and powerful in its stillness. And finally, for this part, let us pause with one of the universe's most soothing truths. The night sky is never still, though it appears so to us. Stars drift slowly across the galaxy, galaxies move apart as the universe expands, light travels endlessly outward. Yet all of it happens on timescales so vast that to us, the sky feels eternal, unchanging, dependable. That illusion of permanence is comforting. To know that the stars above are moving and yet seem steady is to be reminded that peace can exist within change, that constancy can be felt even in motion. As this part closes, we have wandered through nebulae, planetary shells, Saturn's rings, comets, rogue planets, background light, binary suns, and the calm mystery of black holes. Each one shows us the universe not as chaos but as harmony, a place where beauty unfolds slowly, rhythmically, endlessly. The cosmos is a vast cradle of peace, if only we take the time to listen. The more we drift through the universe, the more it reveals its quiet artistry. Every corner of space, every rhythm of movement, every glow of light is a reminder that peace is not only possible but abundant on cosmic scales. The stars, galaxies, and structures of the universe do not hurry, they unfold with patience, their beauty lasting far beyond human lifetimes. To continue our journey is to sink deeper into that timeless calm. Let us begin with the gentle presence of star clusters. These gatherings of stars form families in the sky, either tightly bound as globular clusters or loosely scattered as open clusters. Globular clusters contain hundreds of thousands of stars packed together like jewels in a sphere, orbiting the edges of galaxies. Open clusters, like the Pleiades, shine more delicately, only a few hundred stars moving together across space. Both types remind us that stars, like people, often exist in communities, and that companionship brings its own form of calm. To look at a cluster through a telescope is to see harmony multiplied, countless suns glowing softly together. From clusters, let us drift into the spirals of galaxies once more. One soothing fact is that their shapes are not random but patterned, held by the invisible force of dark matter. Though we cannot see this substance, it weaves through the cosmos, anchoring galaxies and giving them their forms. Without dark matter, the stars would fly apart, but because of it, galaxies spin gracefully, balanced and whole. There is comfort in this unseen presence, an invisible hand holding everything together, ensuring that harmony remains. Dark matter reminds us that even what we cannot perceive may be working quietly to create peace. Another calming wonder lies in the slow arcs of meteor showers. Each year, Earth passes through trails of dust left behind by comets. These grains, no larger than sand, burn gently in our atmosphere, appearing as brief streaks of light. For centuries, people have lain beneath the sky to watch them, waiting for the next spark to appear. Meteor showers are reminders of patience. The sky will glow when it is ready, not rushed, not forced. To watch them is to feel part of a cycle older than memory, as Earth continues its journey through ancient paths of dust. Now let us turn to the gentleness of cosmic symmetry. The laws of physics, though invisible, are elegant and consistent. The same principles that shape the orbit of Earth guide the turning of galaxies. The same particles that build atoms in our bodies are found in distant stars. There is comfort in this unity. The universe does not play by separate rules but by one harmonious order. To reflect on this is to feel woven into the cosmos, not as an accident but as a natural part of its balance. Symmetry reminds us that peace often comes from knowing we belong. Earth's sky itself holds a calming wonder in the phenomenon of auroras, created when solar particles meet our planet's magnetic field. The lights shimmer in green, violet, and red, flowing like curtains across polar skies. What makes them soothing is not just their beauty but their rhythm. They appear in silence, moving fluidly, reminding us that even powerful forces like solar winds can create gentleness when filtered through nature's balance. Auroras remind us that peace can arise from interaction, from energies meeting in harmony. From auroras, let us journey outward to one of the universe's grandest but most calming truths: expansion. Since the Big Bang, the universe has been stretching in all directions, galaxies drifting further apart. To us, this happens too slowly to notice, but across billions of years, it reshapes everything. There is no rush, no noise, only quiet motion, steady and eternal. Expansion reminds us that growth does not need to be loud or sudden. It can be soft, patient, and ongoing, just like the unfolding of life. Another gentle marvel lies in the existence of cosmic filaments. These are vast threads of galaxies, stretching across the universe like lace, connecting clusters into webs. Between them lie enormous voids, places where almost nothing exists. This great structure, often called the cosmic web, is the universe's largest pattern. It is peaceful to know that on the grandest scale, everything is connected, arranged in elegance, like veins carrying light across infinity. The cosmic web reminds us that harmony exists even across the vastest distances. Consider too the serenity of pulsars, stars that rotate rapidly, sending out beams of light like cosmic lighthouses. Though they spin quickly, their rhythm is steady, often measured down to the millisecond. Astronomers use them as precise clocks, so reliable that their timing rivals the best instruments on Earth. To imagine such a star rotating endlessly in darkness, sending out its signals with patience and constancy, is to see calm expressed as order. Pulsars remind us that peace can also come from rhythm, from repetition so precise it becomes timeless. Another soothing truth lies in the quiet presence of interstellar dust. Though invisible to the eye, this dust scatters starlight, creating the soft glow we see as the Milky Way. It forms halos around stars, paints clouds with color, and gives galaxies their hazy beauty. Without it, the night sky would be sharper but less tender. Dust reminds us that imperfection can create softness, that the universe's haze is part of its calm. And finally, for this part, let us pause with the concept of cosmic silence itself. Space does not carry sound as air does, and so even the most dramatic events, stars exploding, galaxies colliding, happen in silence. Light travels, gravity pulls, particles move, but no sound reaches us. This silence, rather than emptiness, is full of possibility. It is a canvas on which the universe paints its beauty. To sit beneath the night sky is to share in that silence, to feel part of a piece so deep it carries across eternity. The universe unfolds like a tapestry woven with endless threads of calm, each strand carrying a story of patience and quiet rhythm. As we move deeper into its mysteries, what first seemed overwhelming in scale becomes soothing in detail. Every star, every orbit, every drifting cloud of dust holds its own gentle beauty, waiting for us to notice. Let us begin this part with dwarf galaxies. While grand spirals and vast ellipticals often capture attention, the smaller galaxies scattered through space carry their own quiet charm. Some contain only a few billion stars, modest compared to giants like the Milky Way, yet still breathtaking in their glow. They drift quietly at the edges of clusters, satellites to larger galaxies, moving without haste. To imagine these faint smudges of light is to feel the humility of the cosmos, where even the small holds beauty. Dwarf galaxies remind us that peace does not always come from grandeur. It often comes from simplicity. From dwarf galaxies, let us turn to the orbits of moons. Beyond our own moon, the solar system is filled with companions circling their planets. Icy Europa, volcanic Io, misty Titan, and hundreds more. Each one moves steadily, held in its path by gravity, repeating its journey endlessly. Some may harbor oceans beneath their ice, calm seas hidden away from view. The moons remind us that companionship exists throughout the universe, and that cycles repeated faithfully over billions of years can be a source of deep calm. Another soothing marvel lies in the gentle glow of zodiacal light. On very dark nights, far from cities, one may see a faint triangular glow stretching upward from the horizon just before dawn or after sunset. This light comes from sunlight scattering off dust particles spread through our solar system. Though subtle, it has shone for billions of years, a delicate shimmer most never notice. Zodiacal light reminds us that peace is often hidden, seen only when we step away from distraction and look closely. Now let us wander to the serenity of elliptical galaxies. Unlike spirals with their arms and structure, ellipticals are smooth, glowing ovals of light. They contain billions of stars, yet appear soft and hazy, like clouds suspended in space. Their stars orbit in all directions, creating balance without sharp patterns. To look at an elliptical galaxy is to see calm in its purest form, light collected together, shining as one. They remind us that peace can exist without complexity, in the gentle blending of countless lives into a single glow. Earth itself offers cosmic calm through eclipses. When the moon passes in front of the sun, or Earth's shadow falls across the moon, the universe reminds us of its order. These alignments, though temporary, are perfect, precise, and predictable. During a solar eclipse, the day darkens into twilight, birds fall silent, and the sun's hidden corona shines like a halo. The experience is both awe-inspiring and deeply calming, as though time itself has paused to let us witness harmony. Eclipses remind us that peace can come from alignment, when all things move together in balance. Another gentle wonder is the quiet glow of distant quasars. Though they are powered by black holes at the centers of galaxies, to us they appear as faint points of light billions of light-years away. Their light has traveled since the universe was young, carrying whispers of its early days. To detect a quasar is to reach across cosmic time, touching a moment from long before Earth existed. Their persistence is calming. Despite their power, their light arrives softly, patiently, across eternity. From quasars, let us drift to cosmic voids, vast regions where almost no galaxies exist. Though these areas are unimaginably large, spanning millions of light-years, they are not empty but quiet. They form part of the balance of the cosmic web, where matter gathers in some places and thins in others. To imagine such a void is to picture stillness on the grandest scale, expanses of calm that stretch beyond comprehension. Voids remind us that space itself is peace, that silence and emptiness can be full of meaning. Consider also the elegance of gravitational waves. These ripples in space-time were predicted by Einstein and only recently confirmed. They are created when massive objects, like black holes or neutron stars, orbit and merge. Yet despite their powerful origin, by the time they reach Earth, they are softer than the width of an atom. To measure them is to detect whispers in the fabric of reality. Gravitational waves remind us that even the universe's most dramatic events can leave behind gentle traces, proof that calm exists even in moments of great change. Another calming marvel lies in the structure of spiral arms themselves. These sweeping curves are not solid but patterns like traffic waves moving along a highway. Stars and gas drift in and out of the arms, yet the pattern endures, flowing endlessly. To look at a spiral galaxy is to see motion without hurry, order without rigidity. The arms remind us of waves on water, always moving, always reshaping, yet always present. Spiral arms remind us that peace lies not in stillness alone but in graceful flow. And finally, for this part, let us pause with the faint glow of starlight scattered across the night sky. Even when we cannot see individual stars, their combined light forms a background brightness that fills the heavens. Astronomers call it the cosmic optical background, the gentle sum of countless suns across billions of years. To step outside on a clear night and see the Milky Way stretch across the sky is to feel part of that glow, embraced by light too numerous to count. Starlight reminds us that peace is abundant, everywhere, woven into the very night. The universe continues to open itself like a book written in silence, each page a reminder that peace can be found even in the grandest of scales. From the smallest particles of dust to the largest clusters of galaxies, calm is always present, waiting for us to notice. Our journey deepens now, as we wander into more of the cosmos' gentle wonders. Let us begin with the presence of white dwarfs, the quiet embers of stars. When a star like our Sun finishes its life, it does not explode dramatically but instead sheds its outer layers, leaving behind a dense, glowing core. These white dwarfs shine softly for billions of years, cooling slowly, fading with patience. They are reminders that endings need not be violent. They can be quiet, steady, and full of grace. To imagine a white dwarf glowing in the darkness is to picture a cosmic candle, burning gently through eternity. From white dwarfs, let us turn to the beauty of globular clusters once more, those ancient gatherings of stars. Many are as old as the galaxy itself, nearly 12 billion years, their suns still shining faithfully. To peer into one through a telescope is to see a sphere of light, dense and calm, where each star has circled patiently for ages beyond comprehension. Globular clusters remind us that time itself is a keeper of peace, and that some lights endure longer than entire civilizations. Another soothing marvel is the slow drift of planetary rings beyond Saturn. Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all possess rings, though faint and subtle. Uranus' rings are thin and dark, mysterious in their glow. Neptune's are delicate arcs, incomplete and shifting. These fragile structures orbit silently, their particles colliding softly, maintained by gravity's embrace. To know that such beauty exists beyond sight, faint yet real, is to be reminded that peace often lies in quiet details. Now let us pause with the calm of exoplanetary skies. Though we cannot yet stand on these distant worlds, astronomers have detected atmospheres and clouds drifting across them. Some exoplanets may have red skies, others golden sunsets, others storms of crystal or diamond rain. Though alien, they move with the same patience as Earth's weather, shaped by winds and light. To imagine standing beneath such skies is to picture calm beyond our reach, the universe repeating its rhythms across countless worlds. Earth itself gives us a cosmic wonder in the phenomenon of shooting stars. These meteors, tiny fragments of rock or dust, burn briefly in the atmosphere, creating trails of light. The beauty lies in their simplicity, something so small, yet it brings a moment of awe. To lie under a sky during a meteor shower, watching sparks appear and vanish, is to feel part of the universe's patience. Shooting stars remind us that even fleeting moments can bring deep calm. Another gentle marvel lies in the spiral dance of galaxies themselves. Though collisions between galaxies sound dramatic, in truth they often unfold slowly over billions of years. Stars rarely collide. Instead, galaxies pass through each other, reshaping, blending, and forming new spirals. To imagine such an encounter is to picture two vast seas of light flowing together, not in violence but in elegance. Galaxy mergers remind us that even great changes can unfold with beauty, creating harmony in the end. Consider also the serenity of cosmic timescales. While human lives span decades, stars live billions of years, galaxies endure far longer, and the universe itself stretches into trillions ahead. To reflect on these scales is to feel both small and soothed, for it means that life is not rushed. The cosmos has time enough for everything. Time itself, vast and patient, reminds us that peace is found not in urgency but in endurance. From time, let us turn to light again, particularly the beauty of redshift. As the universe expands, light stretches, its wavelength lengthening into red. This shift allows astronomers to measure distance and motion, but it also carries a poetic truth. The universe is singing in slow tones, deepening its colors as it grows. To see galaxies glowing red is to witness the stretching of space itself, a calm and steady transformation written in light. Another calming wonder lies in the faint hum of cosmic neutrinos. These particles are everywhere, passing through our bodies by the trillions each second, yet we do not feel them. They drift silently, carrying information from stars and galaxies, from supernovae and the Big Bang itself. They remind us that the universe is always in motion, yet often without disturbance. Neutrinos are the quiet messengers of the cosmos, proof that even constant activity can be peaceful when unnoticed. And finally, for this part, let us pause with the concept of cosmic destiny. Scientists predict that the universe may expand forever, growing colder and quieter with time. Stars will burn out, galaxies will drift apart, and darkness will deepen. Yet even in this far-off future there is calm, a universe that rests after its long journey. To imagine such an ending is not to feel fear but acceptance, for peace will always remain, even when activity fades. We have wandered among white dwarfs, globular clusters, faint rings, alien skies, shooting stars, galaxy mergers, cosmic time, redshift, neutrinos, and the distant destiny of space itself. Each one tells the same truth. The universe is vast not only in size but in peace, a place where silence and beauty endure far beyond measure. The further we journey into the cosmos, the more it feels like an endless meditation, slow, patient, and filled with wonders that calm the heart. Every star and particle, every cloud and orbit carries its own rhythm, and together they create a harmony so vast that it can only be described as peace. Let us continue, moving gently through more of the universe's serene marvels. Let us begin with brown dwarfs, sometimes called failed stars. They are too small to ignite fully like suns, yet too large to be called planets. Instead, they glow faintly with residual heat, shining in deep red or infrared light. They wander through galaxies in quiet solitude, neither blazing nor dark. To imagine such a world, not a star, not a planet, but something in between, is to see patience embodied. Brown dwarfs remind us that even those who exist outside definitions have their own calm place in the universe. From brown dwarfs, let us drift into the spiral halos of galaxies. Surrounding every great spiral, including our Milky Way, is a vast, invisible halo of stars and dark matter. These halos extend far beyond the bright arms we can see, wrapping galaxies in protective stillness. Stars within the halos move slowly, far from the busy centers, keeping watch from a distance. To think of such guardians is to feel reassured. Even galaxies are held gently by unseen arms. Halos remind us that calm often comes from what surrounds us quietly, providing balance without needing recognition. Another soothing marvel lies in tidal locking. This phenomenon explains why the same side of the moon always faces Earth. Over time, gravity slowed the moon's rotation until it matched its orbit, creating perfect balance. Many other moons in the solar system are tidally locked as well, always showing one face to their planets. To imagine such constancy, a world turning in rhythm so exact that one side becomes eternal, is to glimpse serenity shaped by gravity itself. Tidal locking reminds us that peace can come from alignment, when motion and rotation fall perfectly into step. Now let us pause with the gentle drift of asteroid belts. Between Mars and Jupiter lies a ring of countless rocky bodies, circling the Sun with quiet precision. Though once imagined as chaotic, the belt is mostly empty space, with asteroids spread far apart, rarely colliding. They move slowly, obedient to gravity, tracing paths that have lasted for billions of years. To picture them is to see a silent dance, small worlds circling endlessly in calm. The asteroid belt reminds us that even what seems crowded can, in truth, be spacious and ordered. From asteroids, let us move to the calm of solar winds. Though they are streams of charged particles flowing outward from the Sun, they travel in steady waves, filling the solar system with a constant breeze of energy. These winds shape auroras on Earth, tails of comets, and boundaries where the Sun's influence ends. To imagine this invisible wind, always blowing, always present, is to sense connection across vast distances. Solar winds remind us that peace can flow, unseen yet constant, binding distant worlds together. Another gentle wonder is the slow drift of galaxies within clusters. Our Milky Way is part of the local group, a family of about 50 galaxies. They circle one another with patience, bound by gravity, moving through cosmic space as companions. On larger scales, clusters of thousands of galaxies gather, drifting within even greater superclusters. To picture these vast communities is to imagine light traveling together, not rushed, not forced, but united. Galaxy clusters remind us that peace often lies in companionship, in countless individuals forming harmony. Consider also the serenity of cosmic background neutrinos. These particles, even older than the cosmic microwave background, were formed seconds after the Big Bang. They still drift across the universe, too faint for us to detect easily, yet present everywhere. They are relics of the universe's first breath, silent companions from the very beginning. To know they exist is to feel surrounded by ancient calm, whispers from creation itself. Background neutrinos remind us that peace has always been here, woven into the very start of everything. From invisible particles, let us return to the beauty of Saturn's moons. Enceladus, in particular, offers a calming wonder. Beneath its icy crust lies an ocean, and from cracks in the ice, fountains of water vapor spray into space, glittering in the sunlight. These plumes create Saturn's faint E-ring, recycling endlessly. To watch such geysers would be to see serenity expressed in motion, water rising and falling in cosmic rhythm. Enceladus reminds us that hidden worlds can carry oceans of calm beneath their surface. Another soothing marvel is the glow of airglow on Earth. Even on nights without city lights or the moon, the atmosphere itself glows faintly in greens and reds. This light comes from atoms and molecules releasing energy, a quiet reminder that our sky is never fully dark. To gaze at airglow is to see the planet breathing light, subtle and soft. Airglow reminds us that peace can exist all around us, even when unnoticed. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the cosmic horizon, the boundary of what we can see. Beyond 46 billion light-years, light has not yet reached us, and so the universe remains hidden. Yet even what we cannot see exists, unfolding in silence. The horizon is not an ending but a veil, behind which more calm worlds, galaxies, and wonders wait. To think of this horizon is to feel awe not as fear but as peace. There is always more beyond, always more to dream of. The deeper we travel into the universe, the more we learn that its greatest gift is not just knowledge but calm. Each star, each orbit, each subtle glow carries a quiet lesson in patience. The cosmos does not rush, does not stumble. It unfolds with balance, offering peace to anyone willing to look and listen. Let us continue our journey through these soothing wonders. Let us begin with the calm of red giant stars. When a star like our Sun reaches the later stage of its life, it expands into a red giant, glowing with soft, cool light compared to its younger, hotter days. These stars shine gently, their outer layers extended, their glow warm rather than harsh. They may look enormous and powerful, yet their presence is steady, lasting millions of years in this form. To imagine a red giant glowing quietly in the night is to picture a cosmic lantern, a beacon of calm. From red giants, let us drift to the beauty of planetary rings once more, this time focusing on Neptune's arcs. Unlike Saturn's grand rings, Neptune's are incomplete, existing as curved segments rather than full circles. They shimmer faintly, delicate structures held together by the gravity of small moons. Their partial, unfinished appearance is calming, reminding us that peace does not require perfection. Even incomplete patterns can bring beauty and harmony. Another soothing marvel lies in the drift of cosmic dust storms on Mars. Winds sweep across the red planet, lifting fine dust into the air, sometimes covering the entire world in a soft veil. These storms last for weeks or even months, yet they move slowly, giving the planet a muted, golden glow. Though they seem immense, they unfold in silence. To imagine standing beneath such a sky is to feel wrapped in stillness, a reminder that even storms can be patient and calm in their own way. Now let us pause with the elegance of gravitational lenses. When light from distant galaxies passes near massive objects like clusters, it bends, creating arcs and circles of light. These patterns, known as Einstein rings, are natural works of art drawn by gravity. To see one is to witness the universe painting with light itself, curves and shapes created by invisible forces. Gravitational lenses remind us that harmony exists even in bending and distortion, where paths are changed but beauty is revealed. From lenses, let us turn to the quiet glow of white dwarfs once again, for they hold another secret. They cool so slowly that some may eventually become black dwarfs, cold remnants that no longer shine. None exist yet because the universe is not old enough, but someday they will fill the sky with silent shadows of once bright stars. To imagine them is to see peace in its final form, stars resting forever after their long lives. Black dwarfs remind us that even when light fades, calm endures. Another gentle wonder lies in the rhythm of planetary resonances. Some moons and planets orbit in precise patterns, where their movements align perfectly. For example, 3 of Jupiter's moons, Io, Europa, and Ganymede, are locked in a resonance, orbiting in ratios of 1 to 2 to 4. This means that every time Ganymede completes 1 orbit, Europa completes 2 and Io completes 4. The harmony is exact, unbroken for billions of years. Resonances remind us that peace often lies in rhythm, when movements fall into natural balance. Consider also the serenity of intergalactic space. Though galaxies cluster together, between them lie stretches of unimaginable emptiness, where only the faintest particles exist. Yet even here there is beauty. Faint streams of gas drift through the dark, and solitary stars may wander across the void. The stillness of these places is profound, the quiet so deep it defies imagination. Intergalactic space reminds us that peace is not only in abundance but also in emptiness, in spaces that allow for rest. From emptiness, let us return to abundance with the glow of stellar nurseries, particularly the Orion Nebula. Only about 1,300 light-years away, it is a vast cloud where new stars are forming. Through telescopes, it glows with shades of pink and purple, delicate as a watercolor painting. Inside, young stars ignite, their light filtering through gas and dust. The nebula's beauty lies in its patience. Stars take millions of years to emerge, each one born slowly and gently. Stellar nurseries remind us that creation itself is peaceful when seen across cosmic time. Another calming marvel is the slow drift of cosmic rays. These high-energy particles travel across the galaxy, often for millions of years before reaching Earth. Though their origins are powerful, by the time they arrive, they are gentle, subtle presences, whispering of events far away. To know that particles are constantly arriving from distant stars and galaxies is to feel a quiet connection with the wider universe. Cosmic rays remind us that even across vast distances, threads of calm connection exist. And finally, for this part, let us pause with the beauty of cosmic symmetry in planetary orbits. The solar system, though vast, is arranged with elegance. Inner rocky planets circling close, outer gas giants drifting farther, each one following its path. The predictability of their motion, calculated with precision, is a soothing truth. No planet strays, no orbit fails. To imagine this silent dance continuing for billions of years is to feel wrapped in the comfort of constancy. The solar system reminds us that peace often lies in order, in paths followed faithfully across time. The universe is a gallery of serenity, a collection of natural wonders unfolding across scales so vast that they blur the line between mystery and peace. As we drift further, the details become softer, like brushstrokes in a cosmic painting. Each fact, each phenomenon we uncover adds another layer to the harmony that stretches across space and time. Let us begin with pulsars, the remnants of massive stars that emit beams of radiation as they spin. Though their origins are powerful, their rhythm is calming, steady pulses that can repeat with incredible precision, some spinning hundreds of times per second, others slower, like a gentle heartbeat in the cosmos. To listen to a pulsar is to hear the ticking of a universal clock, patient and eternal. Their constancy reminds us that peace can lie in repetition, in a rhythm that never wavers. From pulsars, let us turn to the stillness of dark nebulae. Unlike glowing clouds of gas, these nebulae block light, appearing as dark patches against the starry sky. They are not empty but filled with dust and gas, waiting to form new stars. Their beauty lies in their silence, their ability to hide rather than shine. To look at a dark nebula is to see rest embodied in the heavens, clouds that sleep before awakening into light. Dark nebulae remind us that peace often lies in waiting, in moments of pause before creation. Another calming marvel is the quiet drift of comets in their distant orbits. Most of the time, comets remain far from the sun, frozen in silence in the outer solar system. Only when they wander inward do they grow tails, glowing softly in the night sky. To imagine them drifting in the cold for centuries before appearing briefly is to understand patience on a cosmic scale. Comets remind us that calm can be found in long journeys, where movement is unhurried and time is abundant. Now let us pause with the elegance of double stars or binary systems. Many stars in the universe are not alone but paired, orbiting one another in graceful balance. Some dance closely, circling in hours, while others drift apart, taking centuries to complete an orbit. Their companionship, endless and harmonious, creates a sense of connection across the dark. To imagine two stars circling together is to feel comfort in unity, a reminder that even in vast emptiness, companionship exists. From binaries, let us drift into the serenity of stellar halos. Around galaxies, ancient stars form diffuse halos, faint and ghost-like. These stars are some of the oldest in existence, glowing faintly at the edges of spirals. They remind us that even in the outskirts, where few look, beauty endures. Stellar halos are like the soft edges of a painting, where detail fades into calm background. They remind us that peace is often found at the margins, in spaces left untouched. Another gentle marvel is the cosmic ballet of solar eclipses on other planets. Moons orbiting gas giants regularly pass in front of the sun from their world's perspectives, casting shadows across vast cloud tops. For example, on Jupiter, its 4 large moons frequently eclipse the sun, creating moving spots of darkness. These events unfold with precision just as they do on Earth, though on far grander scales. To imagine standing beneath such a shadow is to feel the harmony of alignment repeated endlessly across the solar system. Consider also the calm of cosmic filaments, the largest structures in the universe. Galaxies are not scattered randomly but arranged along filaments, threads of light stretching hundreds of millions of light-years. Between them lie voids, vast spaces of quiet. To see this structure is to glimpse the universe's hidden order, delicate and intricate like a web spun across eternity. Filaments remind us that even the largest scales are not chaotic, they are woven with grace. From filaments, let us drift to the soothing presence of auroras beyond Earth. Not only our planet but also Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune experience auroras, glowing curtains of light at their poles. Powered by solar winds, these auroras shimmer in colors invisible to our eyes, glowing in ultraviolet or infrared. To imagine planets wrapped in luminous veils is to picture peace written in light across the universe. Auroras remind us that beauty is not confined to Earth, it is a universal language of calm. Another calming wonder lies in the faint rings of Jupiter. Unlike Saturn's dazzling system, Jupiter's rings are thin and delicate, almost invisible. They are composed mostly of dust, reflecting very little light, yet they circle the giant planet faithfully. To know they are there, hidden yet enduring, is to sense quiet stability. Jupiter's rings remind us that even subtle details, nearly unseen, add to the harmony of the cosmos. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the cosmic silence of black holes. Though they are known for their power, their most striking quality is their quietness. They do not glow themselves, they absorb light, leaving only darkness. Around them, space bends, time slows, yet all is silent. Black holes are not violent monsters but peaceful horizons, places where the universe folds into stillness. To imagine their presence is to feel awe not in chaos but in quiet. As this part ends, we have wandered among pulsars, dark nebulae, comets, binary stars, stellar halos, planetary eclipses, cosmic filaments, alien auroras, faint rings, and black holes. Each reveals that the universe's grandeur is matched by its serenity, a balance of vastness and calm that invites us to rest within it. The cosmos unfolds like an endless symphony, each note a star, each pause a stretch of silence that carries its own weight. It is in this balance of sound and stillness, motion and rest, that we find peace written across the heavens. Our journey continues, moving deeper into these quiet truths of the universe, where even the grandest phenomena whisper of calm. Let us begin with neutron stars, the remnants of massive suns. Though dense beyond imagination, their presence is remarkably stable. A single teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons, yet they sit quietly in the dark, glowing faintly with residual heat. Some spin rapidly, releasing pulses as pulsars, but others rotate more slowly, embodying patience in every turn. To think of them is to recognize that even the most extreme realities can hold steady calm. Neutron stars remind us that peace is not the absence of strength but the quiet balance of it. From neutron stars, let us drift into the serenity of exoplanetary systems. Astronomers have discovered thousands of worlds orbiting distant suns, each one unique, yet all following quiet paths around their stars. Some orbit quickly, completing a year in just days. Others take centuries to circle once. Yet despite their variety, all are bound by the same simple law of gravity, moving with grace. To imagine these countless orbits unfolding together across the galaxy is to picture a universe filled with harmony, unseen but ever-present. Another calming marvel lies in the slow expansion of planetary nebulae. When a dying star sheds its outer layers, the gas drifts outward, forming shells and rings that glow in soft colors. These nebulae expand gently, light filtering through them in blues, greens, and reds. They are not hurried but take tens of thousands of years to grow and fade. To gaze at such a nebula is to witness a cosmic breath, exhaled in slow motion. Planetary nebulae remind us that endings can be beautiful, unhurried, and filled with grace. Now let us pause with the faint glow of cosmic background radiation once again, but in a new light. This radiation is not just a relic. It is uniform, nearly the same in every direction, varying by only tiny fractions. This smoothness across the entire universe is a soothing truth. It tells us that the cosmos began in harmony, spreading evenly without jagged edges or chaos. To know this is to feel that the universe itself prefers balance. The background radiation reminds us that calm is not only present now but has always been at the foundation of everything. From the beginning, let us move to the far future where stars called red dwarfs will dominate. Unlike massive stars that burn quickly, red dwarfs live for trillions of years, glowing faintly in shades of orange and red. They are quiet suns, using their fuel slowly, shining patiently across cosmic time. To imagine a galaxy lit only by such stars is to picture a universe bathed in soft light, enduring long after we are gone. Red dwarfs remind us that peace is often tied to endurance, to the choice of burning slowly rather than quickly. Another soothing marvel lies in the gentle arcs of comets' tails. When they approach the sun, sunlight and solar winds push dust and gas away, forming glowing trails that stretch for millions of kilometers. These tails always point away from the sun, creating elegant lines across the sky. To watch one through a telescope is to see grace in motion, a dance of ice and light unfolding with silence. Comet tails remind us that beauty often lies in direction, in the way things flow naturally rather than resisting. Consider also the quiet wonder of rogue planets. These worlds drift through space without stars, expelled from their systems or formed in solitude. Though they do not orbit suns, they move calmly through the dark, sometimes carrying warmth from within. To imagine such a planet, alone yet steady, is to picture peace in solitude. Rogue planets remind us that even without companions, calm is possible, drifting without destination, yet complete in themselves. From loneliness, let us turn to connection with the phenomenon of star streams. These rivers of stars stretch across galaxies, remnants of smaller systems absorbed into larger ones. They form glowing arcs, like trails of light left behind in the sky. Though they mark change, their beauty lies in their flow, endless and smooth. Star streams remind us that transitions can be gentle, that even when one system fades, it becomes part of something larger and serene. Another calming marvel is the gentle hum of cosmic magnetism. Though invisible, magnetic fields weave through galaxies, guiding gas and dust, shaping stars and nebulae. These fields are soft, pervasive, and enduring, invisible threads stitching the universe together. To imagine them is to sense connection at every level, an unseen harmony binding matter across space. Cosmic magnetism reminds us that peace does not always need to be seen. It can exist quietly, holding everything in place. And finally, for this part, let us pause with the elegance of orbital precession. Over long periods, the paths of planets and moons shift slightly, tracing gentle spirals rather than perfect circles. This movement is subtle, almost imperceptible, yet it continues faithfully, a slow evolution of patterns. To reflect on precession is to see patience written into motion itself, small changes carried forward calmly over millions of years. Orbital precession reminds us that peace lies not in stillness but in steady transformation. The universe is not only a place of distance and scale, it is a place of rhythm, where harmony appears again and again, hidden within the quiet motions of stars, planets, and galaxies. Every step deeper into this journey reveals another truth, that peace is not rare in the cosmos, it is woven into its very fabric. Let us drift further now, uncovering more of its calming wonders. Let us begin with the beauty of spiral density waves. In spiral galaxies like the Milky Way, the arms are not fixed structures but waves of higher density, where stars and gas move in and out like ripples. These arms persist not by remaining still but by flowing endlessly, patterns of motion that endure for billions of years. To imagine such waves is to picture music written in light, galaxies humming softly through eternity. Density waves remind us that harmony is often dynamic, not rigid but flowing. From spirals, let us turn to the serenity of planetary transits. When a planet passes in front of its star as seen from Earth, it causes a tiny dip in the star's brightness. Astronomers use this to detect distant worlds, but beyond its scientific value lies a poetic truth. Entire planets can move quietly, their presence revealed only by the faintest shadow. To know that thousands of transits are happening across the galaxy every moment is to picture a universe filled with silent crossings, gentle alignments repeated endlessly. Another soothing marvel is the slow drift of galaxies pulled together by gravity. For instance, the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are on a collision course, set to meet in about 4 billion years. Though the word collision suggests violence, the reality is calm. Stars are so far apart that few will collide. Instead, the two galaxies will pass through each other, reshaping into a larger, unified spiral. To imagine this dance unfolding over billions of years is to understand peace and transformation. Now let us pause with the elegance of cosmic inflation. In the universe's earliest moments, space expanded faster than light, smoothing everything into near-perfect uniformity. Though it was brief, this moment created the calm foundations we see today. To reflect on inflation is to realize that the universe's first act was one of harmony, spreading energy evenly across the whole of space. It is as though the cosmos began with a breath, a sigh that continues to echo. From beginnings, let us turn to endings again with the quiet glow of fading galaxies. As galaxies age, star formation slows and fewer young stars are born. Over time, the blue light of youth fades into the red and yellow of older stars. These galaxies become red and dead, not because they are lifeless but because they have reached a gentle balance. To imagine such galaxies glowing softly in the distance is to see peace written in age, a quiet acceptance of time. Another calming marvel lies in the presence of cosmic clouds called Bok globules. These small, dark clouds of dust and gas are nurseries where stars slowly form. They appear as tiny dark spots against brighter nebulae, hidden yet important. Their patience is their beauty. They hold their material for millions of years until conditions are right for stars to emerge. Bok globules remind us that calm often comes from waiting, from keeping still until the moment of creation. Consider also the serenity of tidal streams around galaxies. When smaller galaxies are absorbed by larger ones, their stars stretch into long arcs that drift across the sky. These streams are remnants of old companions, glowing softly as part of something greater. Their arcs, stretching for thousands of light years, resemble rivers of light. Tidal streams remind us that even in change, beauty remains. Transitions can leave behind harmony rather than chaos. From stars, let us drift to the calm of interstellar molecules. In the cold depths of space, far from stars, molecules like water, methane, and carbon monoxide float silently. These molecules, fragile yet enduring, are the building blocks of life, waiting patiently in the dark. Their stillness carries a quiet promise, that even in the coldest emptiness, potential endures. Interstellar molecules remind us that peace often holds seeds of creation, invisible but ready. Another soothing marvel is the cosmic ballet of orbits in the Kuiper Belt. Beyond Neptune lies a vast region of icy bodies, circling the Sun in slow, distant paths. Pluto and other dwarf planets wander here, accompanied by countless smaller objects. They move with patience, completing orbits that take centuries or millennia. To imagine the Kuiper Belt is to picture a faraway garden, where icy worlds drift quietly, undisturbed. The Kuiper Belt reminds us that even the outskirts of the solar system are filled with calm. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the cosmic principle of symmetry. From the shape of snowflakes to the structure of galaxies, symmetry appears everywhere in the universe. Atoms balance their charges, stars form spheres, planets trace circles, galaxies spiral. Symmetry is nature's language of calm, a sign that balance is preferred across every scale. To see it is to feel reassurance, a reminder that order is not rare, it is universal. As this part, we have wandered among density waves, planetary shadows, galactic dances, cosmic inflation, fading galaxies, Bach globules, tidal streams, interstellar molecules, Kuiper Belt orbits, and the language of symmetry. Each one shows us that the universe is not only vast but balanced, a place where peace is not an exception but the rule. The universe is an endless meditation, a story that unfolds not in sudden bursts but in patient rhythms. Every layer we uncover, every structure we observe, adds to the quiet assurance that calm is not rare in the cosmos. It is its very essence. As we drift deeper into this journey, let us pause with more of its gentle truths. Let us begin with the slow drift of stars through the Milky Way. Though we often think of stars as fixed in the sky, in reality, each one is moving along its orbit around the galactic center. The Sun itself completes one orbit roughly every 230 million years. These motions are steady, unhurried, invisible to the human eye in a single lifetime. To imagine millions of stars gliding together, silent and patient, is to glimpse calm on a galactic scale. Stellar drift reminds us that peace often lies in movements too slow to notice. From drifting stars, let us turn to the elegance of protoplanetary disks. Around young stars, clouds of dust and gas flatten into disks where planets slowly form. These disks glow faintly, lit by starlight, with rings and gaps sculpted by unseen worlds taking shape. The process takes millions of years, each grain of dust colliding gently, building toward something greater. Protoplanetary disks remind us that creation is patient, that beauty forms not in haste but in quiet accumulation. Another soothing marvel lies in the presence of tidal locking beyond our moon. Many exoplanets close to their stars are also locked, showing one side eternally in day and the other in night. Though extreme, these worlds embody balance, one half bathed in light, the other wrapped in endless calm. To imagine such planets is to see serenity written in duality, light and dark existing in perfect harmony. Now let us pause with the cosmic elegance of shells around elliptical galaxies. These faint arcs of stars form when smaller galaxies merge into larger ones, leaving behind ripples of light that expand slowly over time. They are delicate, ghost-like patterns, like rings spreading across a pond after a stone is dropped. These shells remind us that even great changes leave behind beauty, and that harmony often emerges after transition. From shells, let us drift to the soft glow of reflection nebulae. Unlike emission nebulae, which shine from their own heat, reflection nebulae simply scatter the light of nearby stars, glowing blue and delicate. They do not burn or shine fiercely, they exist quietly, mirroring what surrounds them. To gaze upon them is to see calm embodied, light softened and shared. Reflection nebulae remind us that peace is often about reflecting, not forcing, allowing beauty to pass gently through. Another gentle wonder is the faint presence of cosmic frost on distant worlds. On Pluto, nitrogen and methane freeze into delicate layers, creating landscapes of soft plains and icy mountains. On other moons and dwarf planets, similar frosts coat the ground, glistening in sunlight millions of kilometers from the sun. These frozen surfaces are silent, untouched, patient. Frost in the cosmos reminds us that calm can lie in stillness, in landscapes so cold and quiet they remain unchanged for eons. Consider also the soothing glow of planetary auroras on Jupiter. Unlike Earth's soft curtains of green and red, Jupiter's auroras are vast, encircling its poles with ultraviolet light. They are powered not only by the solar wind but also by the planet's magnetic field and its moon Io, whose volcanic activity feeds charged particles into space. These auroras are constant, glowing even without storms. To imagine them shimmering endlessly is to picture calm written in motion. From auroras, let us drift to the serenity of stellar ages. Some stars we see tonight may no longer exist. Their light has taken hundreds or thousands of years to reach us. Yet the glow we receive is steady, unchanged, carrying the memory of a star across time. To reflect on this is to feel peace and continuity. Light continues long after its source has faded. Stellar ages remind us that calm can be eternal, carried forward by memory itself. Another calming marvel lies in the geometry of Saturn's hexagon. At its north pole, Saturn's winds form a massive six-sided jet stream, perfectly shaped and enduring for decades at least. Though the forces that create it are strong, the result is orderly, a geometric form in constant motion. To imagine such a shape spinning steadily above a gas giant is to see harmony emerge from turbulence. Saturn's hexagon reminds us that peace often lies not in stillness but in repeating order. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the vastness of Lagrange points. These are places in space where the gravity of two large bodies, like Earth and the Sun, balance with orbital motion, creating pockets of stability. Spacecraft can remain there with little effort, drifting in quiet balance. To know that such places exist is to feel reassurance that even in the vastness of space, balance points are always present. Lagrange points remind us that calm often comes from equilibrium, where forces meet and cancel into rest. The universe is like an endless lullaby, its rhythms unfolding not in moments but across ages. Every structure we encounter carries its own music, sometimes loud and brilliant but often soft, subtle and soothing. As we continue, we move deeper into this quiet melody of the cosmos, where even the most distant phenomena whisper calm. Let us begin with the soft glow of star nurseries within the Carina Nebula. This vast region, thousands of light-years away, is filled with gas and dust where new stars are born. Unlike violent explosions, the process is patient, unfolding over millions of years. Light filters through clouds and shades of pink, orange, and blue, creating images of serenity that telescopes capture for us. The Carina Nebula reminds us that creation itself can be peaceful, a slow weaving of stars into the fabric of space. From nurseries, let us turn to the elegance of galactic bridges. When two galaxies drift close, streams of stars and gas stretch between them, forming luminous bridges. These structures are not collisions in the violent sense, but slow transfers of material, graceful arcs that link worlds together. To imagine such a bridge is to see connection written across the heavens. Galactic bridges remind us that even in change, unity can be calm and beautiful. Another soothing marvel lies in the shadows of Saturn's rings. As the sun sets on one side of the planet, the rings cast vast, delicate shadows across the clouds below. These shadows shift slowly as Saturn moves, like soft lines painted across its golden atmosphere. To watch them is to feel the scale of peace, beauty measured not in noise but in gentle contrast. Shadows on Saturn remind us that calm is often revealed in the play between light and dark. Now let us pause with the quiet drift of cosmic ice. Beyond Neptune, countless icy bodies glide silently in the Kuiper Belt and even farther in the Oort cloud. Some will never return, while others may journey inward after millions of years, appearing briefly as comets. These frozen travelers move slowly, patient in their paths, carrying the memory of the early solar system. Cosmic ice reminds us that stillness does not mean lifelessness, it means preservation, a calm endurance across time. From ice, let us drift to the elegance of barred spiral galaxies. Unlike ordinary spirals, these galaxies feature central bars of stars that guide material into their arms. The bars create order within vast rotation, shaping light into patterns that endure. To gaze at one is to see symmetry held steady across billions of years, a balance between structure and flow. Barred spirals remind us that calm often lies in guidance, in subtle forces that shape beauty quietly. Another calming marvel is the faint glow of diffuse nebulae. These clouds are not sharply defined but spread widely, glowing softly in hues of red or blue. Their light is not intense but delicate, filling space like watercolor paint across a dark canvas. To reflect on diffuse nebulae is to remember that not all beauty needs to be bright. Sometimes calm is best expressed in gentle, barely there glows. Consider also the serenity of stellar streams wrapping around galaxies. These elongated rivers of stars are the remnants of smaller galaxies absorbed into larger ones. They form loops and arcs that encircle spirals like threads of silver. Their existence speaks of history, of quiet transitions from independence to belonging. Stellar streams remind us that peace often lies in acceptance, in becoming part of something greater without resistance. From streams, let us turn to the elegance of resonance in planetary rings. Within Saturn's rings, small moons create gaps and patterns by their gravitational pull. These resonances sculpt arcs, divisions, and waves, shaping order out of countless icy fragments. Though the particles collide and shift, the result is harmony, intricate yet peaceful. To imagine these patterns forming over time is to see calm written in mathematics and motion. Another soothing marvel lies in the silence of intergalactic dust. Though faint and scattered, this dust drifts between galaxies, illuminated only when light passes through. It is the faintest of presences, yet it connects galaxies across distances we can barely imagine. To know it exists is to feel that even emptiness is not truly empty. It carries quiet traces of matter that bind the universe together. Intergalactic dust reminds us that peace is found in the subtle, in presences so light they are nearly invisible. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the beauty of cosmic balance in binary black holes. Though we cannot see them directly, astronomers detect their presence through the gravitational waves they create as they orbit one another. For millions of years they circle silently, drawn together until they merge. Their dance is patient, their rhythm exact. To imagine two invisible giants circling in endless calm is to glimpse harmony in even the most mysterious corners of the universe. As this part ends, we have drifted among star nurseries, galactic bridges, Saturn's shadows, icy wanderers, barred spirals, diffuse clouds, stellar streams, resonant rings, faint dust, and circling black holes. Each wonder tells us the same truth, that the universe, vast and unhurried, holds peace as its most enduring quality. The universe continues to reveal itself as a vast sanctuary of patience. Every object, every phenomenon, every unseen force contributes to an unbroken rhythm of calm. As we float deeper into this journey, we begin to see that peace is not rare in the cosmos. It is everywhere, present in the smallest particles and the largest structures alike. Let us begin with the elegance of Einstein rings. When light from a distant galaxy passes perfectly behind a massive object such as another galaxy or a cluster, the light bends around it, forming a complete circle of brightness. These rings are delicate arcs of symmetry, cosmic halos painted by gravity itself. To gaze upon one is to witness a masterpiece of balance, where distortion becomes art. Einstein rings remind us that even when paths are bent, harmony can emerge. From gravitational light, let us drift to the slow rotations of dwarf planets. Worlds like Ceres, Haumea, and Eris turn quietly, each with unique surfaces of ice and rock. Their rotations are steady, their orbits long, their existence humble compared to the giants of the solar system. Yet in their stillness lies their charm. They endure far from the sun, faint but faithful. Dwarf planets remind us that peace often lies in the overlooked, in those who shine softly at the edges. Another calming marvel lies in the phenomenon of stellar flares on distant red dwarfs. Though flares may sound dramatic, on many stars they occur gently and regularly, small bursts of light against an otherwise steady glow. They are signs of activity, not chaos, part of a rhythm that continues for billions of years. To imagine such flickers is to picture a star breathing lightly, exhaling sparks into the dark. Stellar flares remind us that even bursts can be part of calm, when they arrive as natural rhythm. Now let us pause with the beauty of interstellar clouds. These vast regions, filled with hydrogen and helium, drift silently between stars. Some are diffuse, faintly glowing with scattered light, while others are denser, waiting to give birth to stars. Their immensity is humbling, their patience eternal. To think of them is to see peace written across scales so vast they defy imagination. Interstellar clouds remind us that calm is not absence but presence, full, rich, and quiet. From clouds, let us turn to the soft glow of lenticular galaxies. These galaxies exist between spirals and ellipticals, shaped like disks without arms. They shine with uniform light, smooth and balanced, as though caught in a moment between motion and rest. To see one is to glimpse stillness on a galactic scale, a cosmic pause that endures for billions of years. Lenticular galaxies remind us that calm can exist in transitions, in forms that are neither one thing nor another but something uniquely serene. Another gentle wonder is the slow spin of pulsar wind nebulae. Around certain pulsars, winds of charged particles create clouds that glow softly in X-rays and radio waves. These nebulae are shaped by motion, yet they appear as delicate veils of light surrounding the star. They expand gradually, patterns shifting with patience. Pulsar wind nebulae remind us that even after immense explosions, the universe continues in quiet flow, beauty emerging from remnants. Consider also the serenity of Lyman alpha blobs, immense clouds of hydrogen gas that glow faintly in ultraviolet light. They are among the largest structures in the cosmos, spanning hundreds of thousands of light years, yet they exist quietly, hidden from human eyes until revealed by powerful telescopes. Their glow is gentle, their presence enduring. To imagine them is to picture peace at the grandest scale. Lyman alpha blobs remind us that calm does not require visibility, it thrives even unseen. From invisible giants, let us return closer to home with the beauty of Earth's magnetosphere. This protective bubble shields us from solar winds, guiding charged particles around the planet. Its presence is invisible, yet it is always working, a silent guardian that has existed for billions of years. To reflect on it is to feel gratitude for the unseen protections of the cosmos. The magnetosphere reminds us that peace is often what we do not notice, the quiet balance that sustains life. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint bridges of light between galaxies known as stellar streams. These arcs are remnants of galaxies once whole, now stretched into delicate ribbons. They wind around spirals like threads of silver embroidery, soft traces of history lingering in the present. To see them is to realize that nothing is ever lost. Everything becomes part of something greater. Stellar streams remind us that transitions, however long, leave beauty behind. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the elegance of quiescent galaxies. These galaxies no longer form new stars. Instead, they shine with the steady glow of old ones, like embers glowing long after a fire. They are not inactive but balanced, having reached a state of rest. To imagine them scattered across the universe is to see peace in maturity, a quiet dignity that endures. Quiescent galaxies remind us that endings are not failures but transformations into calm. The universe continues to stretch before us like an endless ocean, calm waves of matter and light rising and falling across time. Each phenomenon we encounter carries not only knowledge but reassurance, showing us that balance, order, and stillness are not exceptions, they are the foundation of existence. As we move further, let us explore more of these tranquil wonders that keep the cosmos in harmony. Let us begin with the calm glow of elliptical galaxy clusters. These great gatherings of galaxies do not exist in chaos but are held together by gravity, arranged in structures that persist for billions of years. Though galaxies within them move at great speeds, the cluster as a whole remains balanced, its light forming a soft glow across space. To imagine one is to see harmony across unimaginable scales, where countless galaxies coexist in quiet order. From clusters, let us drift to the elegance of tidal locking among exoplanets. Just as our moon shows one face to Earth, many exoplanets orbiting close to their stars are permanently locked, with one side forever in daylight and the other in night. Though extreme, this state represents balance, a rhythm between light and dark that endures for ages. To reflect on this is to see calm and constancy, in cycles that settle into permanence. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint shimmer of interplanetary dust. This dust, scattered throughout the solar system, reflects sunlight, creating phenomena such as the zodiacal light that can be seen from Earth under dark skies. To know that our solar system is filled with such delicate particles, glowing softly as they drift, is to sense peace in subtlety. Interplanetary dust reminds us that beauty often lies in details too small to notice until we look closely. Now let us pause with the gentle presence of ultra-diffuse galaxies. These galaxies contain as many stars as a typical galaxy but are spread so widely that they appear faint, almost invisible. They float like ghostly shadows in the cosmos, vast yet delicate. Their very existence is calming, for they remind us that not all things must shine brightly to matter. Sometimes faintness itself is a form of peace. From faint galaxies, let us turn to the elegance of binary star eclipses. In systems where two stars orbit one another, their paths may align so that one passes in front of the other, dimming the combined light. These eclipses occur with precision, repeating faithfully over time. To witness such an event is to see a dance of light and shadow, a cosmic rhythm performed endlessly in silence. Binary eclipses remind us that peace can be found in regularity, in the quiet repetition of cycles. Another calming marvel is the persistence of cosmic background neutrinos. Created in the universe's first seconds, they continue to drift everywhere, invisible and nearly undetectable. Though we cannot feel them, they pass through us constantly, silent witnesses from the dawn of time. To reflect on their presence is to sense connection to the very beginning of everything. Neutrinos remind us that calm can last forever, carried across eternity in particles too quiet to notice. Consider also the serenity of polar wandering on planets. Over long periods, the orientation of a planet's magnetic field can drift, shifting slowly over tens of thousands of years. These changes, though immense, happen with patience, without hurry. To know that even magnetic fields wander in such rhythms is to understand that peace lies in change too, when it unfolds slowly enough to feel like stillness. From planetary magnetism, let us turn to the slow drift of galaxy rotation curves. Stars at the edges of galaxies move differently than expected, hinting at the presence of dark matter. Yet despite this hidden force, galaxies remain balanced, their stars moving in harmony, neither flung outward nor collapsing inward. This invisible balance has endured for billions of years. Galaxy rotation curves remind us that peace often comes not from what we see but from hidden stability beneath the surface. Another soothing marvel is the presence of interstellar comets, rare travelers that pass through our solar system from other stars. Objects like Oumuamua and Borisov glide through space, messengers from distant systems. They arrive silently, glowing faintly before vanishing again into the dark. To imagine them is to picture stories carried across light years, passing gently through our skies before returning to solitude. Interstellar comets remind us that calm can be found in fleeting visits, in beauty that does not linger but remains unforgettable. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the beauty of the cosmic web itself. Across billions of light years, galaxies form filaments that stretch like threads, separated by vast voids. This structure, mapped by astronomers, resembles veins of light glowing through space, intricate yet natural. To see it is to realize that the universe is not random but woven, patterned with elegance on the largest scales. The cosmic web reminds us that peace lies in connection, in the threads that bind everything into one. The deeper we journey into the cosmos, the clearer it becomes that every phenomenon, whether grand or subtle, carries a message of balance. The universe, for all its power and immensity, reveals again and again that calm is its natural state. Each motion, each glow, each quiet structure reminds us that serenity is not rare, it is everywhere. Let us begin with the beauty of open star clusters. Unlike the dense globular clusters, open clusters are loose gatherings of a few hundred or thousand stars, often young and shining blue. They scatter gently across the Milky Way's arms, bound lightly by gravity. Though their stars will eventually drift apart, for now they exist as families of light, companions glowing together in the night. Open clusters remind us that peace can lie in togetherness, even when it is temporary. From clusters, let us drift to the elegance of ring galaxies. These rare systems form when one galaxy passes through another, creating ripples that spread outward in perfect circles of stars. The result is a glowing ring suspended in space, symmetrical and serene. To gaze at one is to witness the universe painting with motion, turning encounters into harmony. Ring galaxies remind us that even moments of change can leave behind beauty. Another soothing marvel lies in the gentle light of novae. When a white dwarf star draws material from a companion, it may briefly flare, shining more brightly for a short time. Unlike supernovae, which are explosive endings, novae are small bursts, after which the star returns to calm. These flickers are reminders that even sudden changes can be followed by quiet stability. Novae remind us that peace is resilient, always returning. Now let us pause with the soft glow of emission nebulae. These clouds of ionized gas shine because nearby stars energize them, producing colors of red and pink. They are vast yet delicate, their light diffused across light years. To gaze at one through a telescope is to feel surrounded by calm fire, heat transformed into gentle radiance. Emission nebulae remind us that energy can be expressed softly, that brightness can be soothing rather than harsh. From glowing clouds, let us turn to the calm of ultra-faint dwarf galaxies. These galaxies are so dim that only powerful telescopes can detect them, their stars spread sparsely across space. They are not spectacular to the eye, yet their quiet endurance makes them beautiful. They drift on the edges of the cosmic web, reminders that existence itself is enough. Ultra-faint galaxies remind us that peace does not demand attention. It exists quietly whether seen or unseen. Another calming marvel is the slow rhythm of precession in Earth's axis. Over 26,000 years, the tilt of our planet shifts slightly, changing the position of the North Star in the night sky. Though imperceptible in a human lifetime, this steady motion continues faithfully, like the slow turning of a cosmic wheel. Precession reminds us that change can be calm, moving so gently that it feels like stillness. Consider also the serenity of globular cluster halos. Around galaxies, these ancient clusters orbit quietly, each one containing stars that have shone since the dawn of the universe. They circle patiently, maintaining their place in the galactic family. To imagine them is to see guardians of light, keeping watch for billions of years. Cluster halos remind us that calm can be ancient, enduring through ages beyond comprehension. From halos, let us drift to the beauty of planetary occultations. When one planet passes in front of a distant star, the starlight briefly disappears, hidden behind the world's silhouette. These events occur quietly without spectacle, yet they reveal details about atmospheres and surfaces. To think of a planet briefly covering a star is to picture a cosmic blink, a pause that passes as gently as it came. Occultations remind us that peace can lie in fleeting moments, small alignments that carry great meaning. Another soothing marvel lies in the presence of fossil light. This is the ancient glow of galaxies so far away that their light began its journey billions of years ago. When we see them, we are looking back in time, observing moments frozen in the distant past. Their glow is soft, stretched by the universe's expansion, arriving as a whisper of what once was. Fossil light reminds us that calm endures across time, carried endlessly forward. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the elegance of resonance chains among exoplanets. In some systems, multiple planets orbit their star in precise ratios, locked into patterns that remain unbroken for billions of years. Each world's movement influences the next, creating a harmony of orbits like a celestial symphony. To imagine these unseen patterns is to picture peace expressed in mathematics, rhythm written into the fabric of motion. Resonance chains remind us that harmony is not rare, it is the natural language of the cosmos. The universe is like a quiet ocean, endless yet gentle, filled with waves of light and time that flow without end. Each discovery we make only deepens the sense that calm is its true nature. Even in extremes, even in forces beyond our comprehension, harmony is always present. Let us now drift further into this cosmic sea, uncovering more of its peaceful truths. Let us begin with the calm glow of the Sombrero Galaxy. Shaped like a wide-brimmed hat, this galaxy features a luminous core surrounded by a delicate dust ring. Its symmetry is striking, its light soft and steady, suspended like a jewel in the sky. To gaze upon it is to see balance embodied, where darkness and brightness coexist gracefully. The Sombrero Galaxy reminds us that beauty lies in form as much as in brilliance, and that calm can be written in shape. From galaxies, let us move to the elegance of orbital resonances in Saturn's moons. Moons such as Mimas, Enceladus, and Tethys orbit in exact ratios, their paths locked into repeating patterns. These resonances prevent chaos, keeping the moons stable over billions of years. To imagine them circling endlessly in silent harmony is to hear music in motion, a rhythm that never breaks. Saturn's moons remind us that peace often arises from cooperation, when movements fall into step. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint light of planetary albedo. Albedo measures how much sunlight a planet reflects, and worlds such as Venus or icy Enceladus shine brightly because of their reflective surfaces. This reflectivity is gentle, not blinding, creating a soft glow in the darkness of space. To know that worlds shine not only by their own light but by sharing the sun's is to see peace in reflection. Albedo reminds us that calm can be borrowed, beauty shared quietly from one to another. Now let us pause with the patience of slow variable stars. Some stars brighten and dim over long cycles, not in sudden flares but in rhythms lasting months or years. Their changes are subtle, gradual, and enduring. To watch one is to feel the passing of time itself, light shifting like the seasons. Variable stars remind us that change does not have to be disruptive. It can be soft, steady, and natural. From pulsing light, let us turn to the serenity of interstellar voids within molecular clouds. These regions appear as dark spaces and otherwise glowing nebulae, pockets where dust and gas absorb starlight. They look like shadows painted across the sky, yet they are not empty, they are cradles for future stars waiting silently. These voids remind us that stillness is often a beginning, a pause before creation. Another calming marvel is the presence of cosmic horizons within black holes. Though we think of them as mysterious, their defining feature is a boundary of silence, the event horizon. Beyond it, no light escapes, but to us it is not chaos, only quiet. Black holes do not roar. They simply rest, cloaked in invisibility. Their horizons remind us that calm can be absolute, a line between what can be seen and what lies beyond. Consider also the elegance of polar auroras on Uranus. Unlike Earth, Uranus is tilted dramatically, so its magnetic poles are far from its rotation axis. This creates auroras that appear in unique, shifting patterns. Though invisible to human eyes, they glow in ultraviolet light, quiet curtains over an icy world. To imagine them flickering in alien skies is to picture calm expressed in unfamiliar beauty. Auroras remind us that peace speaks many languages, some beyond our senses. From auroras, let us drift to the soothing geometry of the Einstein cross. This phenomenon occurs when light from a distant quasar is bent by a closer galaxy, producing four images of the same object arranged in a cross. It is not chaotic but symmetrical, a natural alignment created by gravity. To look at it is to see the cosmos arranging itself into art. The Einstein cross reminds us that order appears even in bending, that beauty emerges from distortion. Another calming marvel lies in the faint rings of Chariklo, a small centaur object orbiting between Saturn and Uranus. Despite its size, Chariklo carries delicate rings, the only known minor body to do so. These rings are thin, fragile, and graceful, circling their world in silence. To imagine such a tiny object adorned in elegance is to see that peace is not limited to the grand. It exists even in the smallest corners. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the vast patience of cosmic redshift. As the universe expands, light from distant galaxies stretches, becoming redder over time. This shift is not sudden but continuous, a slow stretching that has lasted for billions of years and will continue for billions more. Redshift is a reminder that change can be imperceptible yet profound, shaping the universe without hurry. It is calm written in the language of light. The universe continues to whisper its truths in gentle tones, as though inviting us to listen with patience rather than urgency. It reveals itself not in flashes of violence alone, but in steady rhythms, in soft glows, and in endless balances that endure across ages. The more we wander through its wonders, the more we see that peace is the rule, not the exception. Let us begin with the elegance of Edge-on spiral galaxies. When viewed from the side, these galaxies appear as thin streaks of light, their stars compressed into glowing lines. Dust lanes run through them, dividing their light with delicate shadows. To gaze at one is to see simplicity and grace, a galaxy reduced to its quiet outline. Edge-on spirals remind us that perspective can reveal serenity, that peace often lies in the way we choose to look. From galaxies, let us drift to the calm of Trojan asteroids. These bodies share orbits with larger planets, balanced at stable points where gravity holds them in place. Jupiter has thousands of such companions, moving with it as it circles the Sun. Though they travel at immense speeds, their positions are steady, never straying far from their places. Trojans remind us that peace can be found in stability, in finding balance between opposing forces. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint hum of fast radio bursts. These mysterious signals, lasting only milliseconds, arrive from distant galaxies. Though their origins are uncertain, their brevity and rarity make them calming rather than alarming. They are whispers, not shouts, reminders that even the unknown can carry gentleness. To imagine such bursts traveling across billions of years to reach us is to sense patience embedded in mystery. Now let us pause with the beauty of ringed exoplanets. Just as Saturn dazzles us with its icy bands, so too may distant worlds circle their stars adorned with rings. Some may be larger and brighter than Saturn's, creating breathtaking silhouettes against alien skies. To imagine such worlds is to feel awe in possibilities, peace in knowing the cosmos holds endless variations of beauty. Ringed exoplanets remind us that serenity can exist in worlds we have yet to see. From rings, let us turn to the glow of superclusters. These are the largest gravitationally bound structures in the universe, collections of thousands of galaxies held together across hundreds of millions of light-years. Despite their immensity, they remain in balance, their galaxies drifting calmly within the whole. To think of such vast communities is to picture harmony on the grandest scale imaginable. Superclusters remind us that calm exists not only in the small but also in the infinite. Another calming marvel is the slow spin of millisecond pulsars. Though they rotate hundreds of times per second, their precision is extraordinary, so exact that they rival atomic clocks. Their pulses arrive steadily, unbroken, like the ticking of a universal watch. To listen to their rhythm is to feel reassurance that the universe keeps time faithfully, never hurried, never late. Pulsars remind us that peace often lies in precision, in rhythms too steady to fail. Consider also the serenity of planetary resonances in the Kuiper Belt. Distant worlds such as Pluto and Neptune are locked into orbits that align perfectly over time, preventing collisions and maintaining balance. These resonances are not forced but natural, the result of gravity shaping harmony. To reflect on this is to realize that even in distant, frozen reaches, the universe prefers order. Kuiper resonances remind us that calm can exist even at the farthest edges. From distant orbits, let us drift to the soft glow of star-forming filaments. Within molecular clouds, narrow strands of gas collapse under gravity, birthing stars along their lengths. These filaments stretch like threads of light, glowing faintly in infrared images. They are nurseries written in lines, patient and delicate. Star filaments remind us that creation unfolds not in chaos but in quiet structures, weaving new light slowly into the universe. Another soothing marvel is the presence of intergalactic stars. These solitary suns drift between galaxies, ejected by gravitational encounters. Though alone, they continue to shine, lighting the void with patience. To imagine them is to picture candles floating across an endless sea, small but unwavering. Intergalactic stars remind us that peace can be found in solitude, in glowing even when far from home. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the faint beauty of cosmic dawn. This was the era when the first stars ignited, ending the universe's long darkness. Their light spread softly, transforming the cosmos not with sudden brilliance but with gradual glow. To imagine the first sunrise of the universe is to feel awe not in explosion but in awakening. Cosmic dawn reminds us that beginnings need not be loud, they can arrive quietly with light spreading gently into the dark. The universe is a canvas painted in slow strokes of light, where every detail tells of balance and endurance. Though vast and mysterious, its story is not one of constant chaos but of rhythms and harmonies that last across billions of years. As we continue, we find more reminders that calm is the essence of everything, woven into stars, galaxies, and the spaces between them. Let us begin with the beauty of polar ring galaxies. These rare galaxies have rings of stars and gas orbiting at right angles to their central disks, forming luminous crosses in space. Their structures are stable, maintained by gravity, and they shine as unique symbols of balance. To imagine one glowing faintly in the night sky is to see harmony written in geometry. Polar ring galaxies remind us that peace often lies in unusual arrangements, where difference creates beauty. From rings, let us drift to the serenity of interstellar bow shocks. When stars move through clouds of gas, their winds form arcs ahead of them, glowing like waves at the bow of a ship. These structures expand slowly, shaped by the steady push of stellar winds. To picture them is to see calm in motion, waves of light flowing quietly through the dark. Bow shocks remind us that even movement can carry grace when it unfolds patiently. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint glow of diffuse star clusters. Unlike tightly packed globular clusters, these groups of stars are loosely bound, spread across wide regions of space. Their stars drift gently together, companions without crowding. To observe one is to see friendship written in the heavens, calm togetherness without constraint. Diffuse clusters remind us that peace often lies in freedom, in bonds that endure without pressure. Now let us pause with the patience of cosmic recycling. Stars live, die, and return their material to space, where it gathers to form new stars and planets. This cycle unfolds endlessly, not in haste but with quiet inevitability. Every atom in our bodies once belonged to ancient stars, passed forward through time. To reflect on this is to see calm in continuity, in processes that unfold faithfully across eternity. From cycles, let us turn to the elegance of shells around stars. Some stars, like Mira, shed their material in pulses, creating concentric shells of gas that expand outward. These shells glow faintly, layer upon layer, like ripples on water frozen in time. To look at them is to see patience expressed in structure, each shell a quiet breath released into space. Stellar shells remind us that calm can be found in repetition, in patterns that endure gently. Another calming marvel is the phenomenon of gravitational equilibrium in planets. Worlds balance between the pull of gravity inward and the push of pressure outward, forming spheres that remain stable for billions of years. This balance is so perfect that nearly every planet, moon, and star takes on a round shape. To know this is to see harmony at work, where forces oppose each other but do not fight. Instead, they rest together. Equilibrium reminds us that peace is often balance, not the absence of force but its harmony. Consider also the serenity of faint tidal tails and interacting galaxies. When galaxies pass close, streams of stars and gas stretch outward, forming long arcs of light. These tails may last for hundreds of millions of years, delicate ribbons glowing softly in the dark. They are not violent scars but graceful extensions, evidence of quiet connection. Tidal tails remind us that even encounters leave beauty behind, patterns formed in harmony. From tails, let us drift to the soft glow of circumstellar disks around aging stars. As stars near the end of their lives, they shed material that forms disks of dust and gas around them. These disks, illuminated by starlight, create halos of color, glowing gently in red or gold. They are signs not of endings alone but of transitions, of material being prepared for the next generation of stars and planets. Circumstellar disks remind us that calm exists in continuity, in the flow from one stage to the next. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint hum of the sun's oscillations. Though we cannot hear them directly, the sun vibrates with waves that travel through its interior, creating rhythms that astronomers measure. These oscillations are steady, repeating endlessly, like the heartbeat of a star. To reflect on this is to sense reassurance, that even the sun sings softly to itself. Stellar oscillations remind us that peace often lies in hidden rhythms, quiet patterns beneath the surface. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the elegance of cosmic isotropy. On the largest scales, the universe looks the same in every direction. Galaxies, clusters, and voids spread evenly with no preferred side. This uniformity is not accidental but a fundamental truth. To know that the universe is fair, balanced, and even across unimaginable scales is to feel comfort in its order. Isotropy reminds us that calm can be universal, that balance is the rule everywhere. The further we drift into the universe, the more we realize that its story is not chaos, but balance. Everywhere we look, in the faintest particles and the grandest structures, we find calm unfolding at its own pace. The cosmos seems to whisper that peace is not an exception but the rule, and that harmony is written into every scale of existence. Let us begin with the elegance of barred spirals like our own Milky Way. These galaxies feature central bars of stars that act as bridges, guiding material from the outer arms toward the center. Though the motions are immense, the effect is graceful, a flow that continues steadily over billions of years. To picture one is to see a galaxy breathing, its stars drifting inward like tides. Barred spirals remind us that peace often lies in guidance, in paths that direct without force. From galaxies, let us turn to the calm of planetary libration. Though our moon is tidally locked, slight wobbles allow us to see more than half its surface over time. These gentle shifts, called librations, are predictable, revealing hidden edges gradually. To know that the moon rocks softly as it orbits is to sense a quiet rhythm in its presence. Libration reminds us that stillness is rarely absolute. Calm often includes subtle motion. Another soothing marvel lies in the faint glow of intracluster light. When galaxies within a cluster interact, some stars are pulled free, drifting between galaxies. These orphan stars form a soft background glow that fills the cluster like mist. To imagine it is to picture starlight scattered across the dark, lingering gently. Intracluster light reminds us that beauty exists even in what is lost, that calm endures in transitions. Now let us pause with the serenity of slow stellar winds. Many stars, particularly giants, release streams of gas into space, not as storms but as steady breezes. These winds enrich the cosmos with elements, carrying them outward in patience. Over millions of years, they build clouds that birth new stars and planets. Stellar winds remind us that peace can be carried forward gently, as nourishment rather than disruption. From winds, let us drift to the quiet glow of the large and small Magellanic Clouds. These two dwarf galaxies, companions to the Milky Way, circle us like gentle partners. They are irregular in shape, faint compared to our galaxy, yet full of beauty in their simplicity. To imagine them drifting around the Milky Way is to feel companionship written across the sky. The Magellanic Clouds remind us that calm often lies in relationships, in journeys shared together. Another calming marvel is the soft pulse of Cepheid variables. These stars expand and contract in regular cycles, their brightness rising and falling like a heartbeat. Their rhythm is so precise that astronomers use them to measure cosmic distances. To watch a Cepheid brighten and fade is to see time itself pulsing gently in the dark. Cepheids remind us that peace can be rhythmic, a steady glow that never fails. Consider also the elegance of galactic cannibalism, not as destruction but as transformation. When small galaxies are absorbed by larger ones, their stars spread out, becoming part of the whole. These mergers happen over billions of years, so slowly that they are less violence than blending. To reflect on them is to see growth not as chaos but as integration. Galactic mergers remind us that change can be calm, reshaping the universe with patience. From mergers, let us turn to the faint arcs of planetary halos. Some planets, including Earth, display halos around the Sun or Moon when ice crystals in the atmosphere bend light. These circles, often 22 degrees wide, glow faintly with rainbow hues. They are delicate, temporary wonders that appear in silence. Halos remind us that peace can be sudden, arriving as a quiet gift of light. Another soothing marvel lies in the endless drift of cosmic voids. These vast regions, stretching millions of light-years, contain few galaxies at all. Yet they are not frightening emptiness. They are the universe's pauses, spaces that allow structure to form around them. To imagine a void is to picture stillness at the grandest scale. Cosmic voids remind us that rest is necessary, that calm requires space as much as fullness. And finally, for this part, let us reflect on the symmetry of Einstein's relativity itself. The laws of physics are the same everywhere in the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. This constancy is deeply reassuring. No matter where you are, the rules are fair, balanced, and unbroken. Relativity reminds us that peace lies in consistency, in truths that never change no matter how far we travel. As we reach the final step of this journey through the universe, we see more clearly than ever that its true nature is not chaos, but calm. Each wonder we have visited, from galaxies to atoms, has shown us that balance is everywhere, written into every layer of reality. To conclude, let us explore a final set of marvels that reveal the universe's gentle character, and then reflect on what these truths mean for us. Let us begin with the quiet glow of ultra-diffuse galaxies. These ghostly systems contain as many stars as the Milky Way but spread out over vast distances, making them faint and hard to see. They float like shadows across the cosmic web, their stars scattered widely. To imagine them is to picture whispers of galaxies, soft presences that endure without brilliance. Ultra-diffuse galaxies remind us that calm does not need intensity, it thrives in subtlety. From galaxies, let us turn to the serenity of orbital inclinations. Each planet, asteroid and comet follows its own tilted path around the Sun. These inclinations vary, yet together they form a balanced system that has endured for billions of years. The solar system is a dance where each step differs slightly, but the harmony never breaks. Orbital inclinations remind us that peace allows for variety, that differences need not disturb balance. Another soothing marvel lies in the cosmic background neutrinos. These nearly massless particles, remnants of the early universe, pass through us constantly, unnoticed. They are older than light itself, silent travelers from the first seconds after creation. Though invisible, they form a quiet ocean surrounding us. To reflect on them is to sense history flowing through us gently. Neutrinos remind us that calm can be invisible yet eternal. Now let us pause with the elegance of resonance rings in galaxies. Some galaxies contain rings formed by the gravitational influence of bars or companions. These rings glow faintly, shaped by order rather than chaos. They are not accidents but harmonies, natural outcomes of orbital balance. Resonance rings remind us that peace often emerges from structure, patterns formed naturally over time. From rings, let us drift to the patience of quiescent galaxies. These are galaxies where star formation has slowed or stopped, leaving only older stars glowing faintly. They are not barren but restful, their youthful fire complete. To picture one is to imagine a galaxy in quiet maturity, glowing steadily without hurry. Quiescent galaxies remind us that peace lies not only in beginnings but also in endings gracefully embraced. Another calming marvel is the stability of Lagrange points. These are regions in space where the gravity of two large bodies balances perfectly, allowing smaller objects to remain in place. Spacecraft and asteroids alike rest in these points, held without struggle. To know they exist is to see balance embodied in space itself. Lagrange points remind us that calm is not random, it arises from perfect equilibrium. Consider also the serenity of cosmic microwave anisotropies. These faint variations in the background radiation of the universe are incredibly small, differences of only a fraction of a degree. Yet they are the seeds of all structure, the quiet imprints of the earliest universe. To imagine them is to see destiny written in whispers, galaxies and stars encoded in delicate patterns of light. Anisotropies remind us that peace can be powerful, shaping everything from the faintest beginnings. From faint signals, let us turn to the stillness of rogue planets. These worlds drift through interstellar space, no star to call their own. Yet they remain stable, glowing faintly from internal heat or reflecting distant starlight. They are wanderers, not lost but free, carrying calm with them as they cross the galaxy. Rogue planets remind us that solitude is not emptiness, it can be peaceful independence. Another soothing marvel lies in the grandeur of great walls, immense structures of galaxies stretching across hundreds of millions of light-years. Despite their size, they are orderly, forming filaments that connect clusters into webs. Their scale is beyond comprehension, yet their patterns are graceful. To reflect on them is to see balance on the largest scales. Great walls remind us that peace can be vast, written into the very skeleton of the universe. And finally, let us reflect on the quiet truth of entropy. Though the universe evolves toward disorder, it does so gradually over unfathomable spans of time. Stars will fade, galaxies will drift apart, and the cosmos will grow colder, but these changes happen slowly, almost tenderly. Entropy reminds us that even endings are calm, that the universe moves toward rest as its final gift. So through this journey, We have wandered among galaxies and clusters, stars and planets, voids and filaments. We have seen harmony in cycles, in rhythms, in balances too steady to break. The universe, though vast and mysterious, is not a place of fear. It is a place of serenity, where peace is the foundation of all things. When we look up at the night sky, let us remember that the light we see is not only beautiful but also gentle. It has traveled across space and time not in haste but in patience, carrying with it the calm of the cosmos. And perhaps that is the greatest relaxing fact of all, that we are part of this universe shaped by its balance, living within its harmony. Its calm is our calm, its peace our peace, and in every quiet star we find a reflection of our own place in the great and timeless whole.